Good evening, ladies. We're moving on with our learning on Shabbat. Just now, getting ready to the Shabbat project, Baruch Hashem. Today we're going to learn about something that maybe it would have been better if we learned about it yesterday, about Challahs because of the challah baking, but I wanted to start with the Kiddush, so here we are doing it now, this evening. So when people think of Shabbat, as we said, they think of the Kiddush, they think of the Challahs, and they think of the candle lighting. And a very obvious question is, what's the story with the Challahs? Why are we making bread? Why 2 loaves? Why do we cover it? And the answer is, when the Jewish nation, when we were in Egypt, we went to the desert, and it was a wonderful, wonderful act of faith. Because bottom line, we were a bunch of slaves. We didn't know how to do anything, and we left a developed country. Egypt at the time was the most developed country in the world, and started walking into the desert. Now it's true that Hashem has done the 10 plagues, and he did wonderful miracles. No, you want it? Okay. And we knew that there is Hashem, and he loved us, but we had to do a wonderful act of faith. To go to a desert where there's nothing, with the people had to go with their wives, with their children, and to a place that is unknown what's going to happen there, and who's going to take care of them, what are they going to eat in the desert, and how are they going to be protected from the sun or from the cold at night? What about the snakes? They had to go with a lot of faith in Hashem, and that's what they did. And then Hashem took care of them. There are so many miracles that happened when they were in the desert. We'll have to do a whole shiur just about that. But one of the most famous ones are the manna, right? They received the man. I think in English you call it manna, which is a little strange, but okay. And Hashem fed them. And so those chalot that we eat, they symbolize the manna. They remind us of the man that we received in the desert, how Hashem took care of us, like a parent, like a mother that wraps her child and takes care of the child. So that's what Hashem did with us in the desert. So that's what we're remembering. Why 2? Because that's one level of understanding. That's what it reminds us of, how much Hashem took care of us and loved us in the desert. The next level is understanding why we have 2. So Hashem told the Jewish nation, each day you should take the portion of man that you're going to eat that day. Don't save for tomorrow. You need to have faith in me. The same way I fed you today, I'm going to feed you tomorrow. And the day after that, don't try to save it. So that's another thing. Have trust. Rely on Hashem. That's what we need to learn from the man. And then what happened is, if they would have saved the man for the day after, it would have gone bad. It would have become spoiled. And then Hashem said, there is one exception to that, and that is Friday, because on Shabbat we rest. We don't go out to collect man. So you can't go and wander and collect man on Shabbat. So what are we going to eat on Shabbat? What you need to do is, you need to go on Friday and collect a double amount of man. But the people didn't understand. Wait, it doesn't last. You just told us not to save for the day after. And if we save it, it gets bad. It doesn't last. So Hashem said, yes, that's on regular days. But on Fridays, I said to do differently. So the man will behave differently. So what we're saying is, Hashem sets the rules in this world. Also the rules of nature, right? We see things and it seems so obvious, and it seems like this is how it's going to be forever and ever and ever. And we need to understand that Hashem is the one that is setting the rules of the world. In the same way Hashem set the rules, He can change them. Hashem is not bound to the rules of nature, and He's not bound to any rule that He created. He changes the rules. Like we are so used to having the sun rising and setting every day, but it doesn't have to be this way. And there are prophecies of times that will change. And there were cases in history that changed. Hashem sets the rules, and He can change them. Even the rules of nature, even things that seem so obvious to us. So we have 2 loaves to show the double amount of man that the Jews took on Fridays. Why do we cover the man? Our challahs. Why do we cover our challahs? We cover it because when the Jews found the man, it wasn't just thrown in the fields. It had some sort of covering, some sort of wrapping to keep it clean and to make it more pleasant to take the man. And in a way, it shows how much Hashem loves us. Even when He gives us presents, when He gives us food from the sky, He doesn't just put it just as if it's nothing, but He wraps it and He covers it. And it's again another thing that shows how much Hashem loves us and takes care of us and spoils us in a way. So that's what the man reminds us of. That's what the Challahs are here to remind us of. And again, we're talking about levels of faith. It reminds us of how much Hashem loves us, how much Hashem takes care of us, how much we can rely on Hashem. It shows us how Hashem sets the rules of nature and can change them. So everything has a deeper meaning. Right? Have a good evening. Bye.